Hi, I'm Linda Mannheim, and I'm going to read you Butterfly McQueen on Broadway, a story from my collection This Way to Departures from Influx Press. Butterfly McQueen on Broadway is based on something that really happened when I was a child. If you check out the video, you can see photos of Butterfly McQueen and also photos of the neighborhood where everything in the story took place. Butterfly McQueen on Broadway. My brother and I go down to Alex's health food store on Broadway. It's the first health food store in Washington Heights. There is a rope of bells that jingles when you open the door. Inside, it looks bare, with wood shelves holding canisters of soy protein, sacks of brown rice, jars of peanut butter. I am 12 years old, and my brother is 22, and we go in almost every day and talk to Alex. Alex offers us paper cups of carrot juice. The first time he explains to me how you can get juice out of a carrot, shows me that you drop the carrots into the juicer, pushes them against the blades with a metal plug. The machine whirs. Brightly colored juice falls into a cup. Alex hands it to me, and I accept it with suspicion. It is 1975. Health food stores, they're all downtown. People who buy their food in these places are called health food nuts. One day we walk in and I hear a voice, helium high and sing-song, a little girl cajoling, "Alex, why don't you come back to Harlem? We're good to you there." But all I can see is an old lady, tiny in a long flowing skirt, her gray flecked hair peeking out from an old-fashioned kerchief. Alex shrugs the question off. Silence, and then a smile, and then, "No, he won't be coming back. Not after what happened." The old lady alarms me. How does she know Alex? Why is she trying to get him to move away? And why is she speaking like a little girl? She puts her packages into a shopping cart, turns to go, and opens the door. The rope of bells play, and then she's gone. My brother, astonished, asks Alex, "Was that Butterfly McQueen?" "That's Butterfly," Alex says and grins. "Butterfly McQueen," my brother explains, "from Gone with the Wind." Gone with the Wind, I understand, is a bad movie, because my parents have told me Gone with the Wind is racist. But it's on TV all the time. And they can't stop me from watching it when everyone else does. So my parents remind me frequently, Gone with the Wind is a racist movie. Butterfly McQueen played the slave Prissy in Gone with the Wind, a character described in the film as a simple-minded darky. When Prissy's owner, the imperious Scarlet, demands that Prissy help her when another woman goes into labor, Prissy, in her childlike voice, confesses her helplessness. "I don't know nothing about birth and babies." Who was it who wrote in the 1980s, "It was preposterous. What young woman raised a slave could have grown up without knowing anything about birth and babies?" Alex drops carrots into the big metal juicer. This big and lanky man wearing a flannel shirt, a short afro. He's the first black man I've ever seen running a health food store. Who comes in here? A few health food nuts living uptown. Alex's old customers from Harlem. That's Butterfly. Butterfly McQueen got her start as a dancer. She danced with the Venezuela Jones Negro Youth Group. She was born with the name Thelma in Tampa, Florida. Every winter, after she moved to New York City, she would return to the South by bus, make her way to Georgia to wait out the winter. She took the name Butterfly after dancing the Butterfly Ballet in a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Malcolm X wrote that when he watched Gone with the Wind and saw Butterfly McQueen doing her Prissy routine, he felt humiliated, like crawling under a rug. The first 4 roles Butterfly McQueen accepted after Gone with the Wind were maid's roles. Then she stopped accepting maid's roles. Years went by. Butterfly McQueen lived on Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill was where the best-known residents of Harlem lived. Paul Robeson, Duke Ellington, and W.E.B. Du Bois all once lived there. In 1980, Butterfly McQueen was quoted in the Palm Beach Post as saying she was mainly interested in America's black areas. That was to say, she was not interested in the white areas. She recounted her early days touring, how she was forbidden from staying in some of the hotels her troupe visited because she was black. That's Butterfly. In 1940, Hattie McDaniel, who plays the slave Mammy in Gone with the Wind, wins the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, the first African American to win an Oscar. She appears at the ceremony in a long-sleeved, floor-length gown, a gardenia in her hair, and a garland of flowers on her shoulder. Her voice quivers when she makes her acceptance speech. Then she takes her award and returns to the segregated table where she sits, in the back, apart from the film's white cast members. Once Butterfly McQueen decides she will no longer play maids, she is unable to find an acceptable role in a film or TV show for 2 decades. Instead, she gives music lessons, hosts a radio show, and works at the Stone Mountain Memorial Museum of Confederate Times. She also works as a waitress, a taxi dispatcher, a sales clerk, and a paid companion. Was that Butterfly McQueen? Alex stands next to the carrot juicer. That's Butterfly. In 1980, People magazine reports on a lawsuit that Greyhound Bus Lines has settled with Butterfly McQueen. Its security guards injured her in a Washington, D.C. bus station. The security guards had accused her of being a pickpocket and wrestled her to the ground. This, the article pointed out, happened in spite of the fact that she carried pictures of the stars of Gone with the Wind, Clark Gable and Vivien Leigh, with her at all times. The never-married 69-year-old was a volunteer at her neighborhood school in Harlem, it was noted, and into health food these days. Grains, nuts, yogurt. The bells jingle and the door swings shut. Was that Butterfly McQueen, my brother asks? Butterfly McQueen is in the news again in 1989. It's the 50th anniversary of the release of Gone with the Wind, and Butterfly McQueen appears at some of the anniversary celebrations. On stage, in front of adoring audiences, she tells what it was like to appear in the film. She is one of the only surviving cast members, and Butterfly McQueen recites her most famous line knowingly. I don't know nothing about birthing babies. Butterfly McQueen dies from injuries sustained in a fire in 1995. In her one-bedroom cottage outside Augusta, a kerosene heater has erupted. She is 84 years old. A helium-high voice asks, Alex, why don't you come back to Harlem? The lady in the long skirt turns to leave. The bells on the door play. She wheels her shopping cart outside. The door swings shut. Was that Butterfly McQueen, my brother asks? Alex glimpses out the door and says, That's Butterfly.